Gyotaro is a lonely emo boy who wants to unalive the most popular girl in his class. However, when she uses her thick plots to rizz him up, his brain rewires into taking her V card instead of her life. It all starts when Gyotaro tries to read a murderous book in his classroom, but struggles to because of his annoying classmates. He then imagines turning their bodies into minced meat, because he's a psycho who gets pricked when he thinks about unaliving people.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal.
Just then, he sees a girl named Anna across the room, and it fuels his hatred even more because she is the girl he wants to unalive the most. Later, he heads to the library to get some alone time, but Anna is already there. Breezing past her, he hides behind the bookshelf and sees her eat a large bag of chips while acting like she has an extra chromosome. Soon after, Anna starts working on her presentation, but suddenly stops to look for her box cutter. Gyotaro thinks of lending her his own cutter, but he hesitates because he believes Anna will think of him as a creep for having one. However, when he sees her trying to tear up the paper by hand, he cringes so hard that he ends up giving her his box cutter. Instead of judging, Anna casually says thanks, causing him to blush and retreat behind the shelf. Soon after, the bell rings and Anna absent-mindedly packs his box cutter in her pouch. He runs after her to get it back, but she simply hands him an empty bag of chips and leaves, much to his frustration. The next day, Gyotaro heads to class and finds his box cutter on his desk, and it makes his little Johnny excited because it's still warm from her touch. Just then, he learns that Anna's friend Weko redid the presentation because she didn't like what Anna made. This infuriates him because he saw how hard Anna worked on it, but he's surprised to see that Anna is pretty chill about it. However, during the presentation, Anna looks pretty sad, which makes him angry. When it's time for his own presentation, he sees that Anna is on the verge of crying, so he tears up his assignment to distract everyone from seeing her cry. Later, he overhears some boys talking about Anna's plus-sized melons and gets pissed, so he heads to the library to calm himself down. As he hides behind the shelf, he overhears Anna and a chubby girl named Hera talking about girly stuff. Just then, a guy named Kazaki appears and sits across from Hora, making Gyotaro realize there's a confession about to happen. Anna is oblivious to it and starts talking about random things, which gives Gyotaro secondhand embarrassment. However, when she finally realizes what's going on, Gyotaro accidentally drops a book.
Come on, man.
Giving Anna an excuse to check behind the shelf. There, she starts making cat noises to make Hera think a cat must have dropped the book, and Gyotaro joins him too, which makes Hora and Kazaki laugh. After the lovebirds leave, Anna thanks Gyotaro for helping her before leaving, and Gyotaro gets flustered as he wonders why he's helping her. Later, he sees Anna walking into a magazine store and decides to spy on her. He sees her trying hard to make people buy a magazine she's featured in, but she ends up scaring the customers away, which leaves her sad. Out of pity, Gyotaro brings one home, but after looking at her cute pictures, he feels something in his heart and throws it in the bin.
Why are you gay?
The following day, he sees a guy trying to rizz up Anna and decides to follow them like a creep. As he overhears their conversation, he learns that Anna doesn't even know the dude and is trying to shake him off, but the guy keeps insisting that she give him her number. In the end, Anna gets scared and decides to share her contact, but something snaps in Gyotaro that makes him want to help her. Without thinking, he sends his bike flying ahead into the river, which catches everyone's attention and gives Anna an escape from that awkward situation. Seeing this, Anna asks him what happened, and he says he accidentally hit the gas instead of the brake. This makes her laugh, and seeing her pretty face turns Gyotaro's whole personality upside down. Later, he hides behind the library bookshelf to spy on her again and sees her open a stack that requires water. She then starts looking for water, but when she can't find it in the library, she leaves the room to get some. By the time she returns, she spills half of it, so she runs back to get some more. Gyotaro then sees a puddle of water at the door, and he starts wiping as he realizes that Anna must have spilled it multiple times while he was hiding. Just then, Anna returns and spills some more, but then she looks at the clock and runs back again to refill it. Gyotaro believes she should have used a cup from the home ec class, but with 3 minutes of recess remaining, he rushes to the other end of the school to grab it for her. When he returns, he realizes that Anna already used her last 2 brain cells to solve her problem, and now he looks like an idiot with a cup. Feeling defeated, he decides to drink some water in the said cup, but Anna casually hands him her trash, which leaves him extremely frustrated. Later in class, Gyotaro plans on how to send Anna to God when he sees her fanning her notebook to get some air. Suddenly, Milka decides to help her, and all of her friends join in to make sure she doesn't pass out from the heat. Seeing this, Gyotaro wonders why she always snacks alone even when she has friends. He starts assuming it's because she knows he wants to flatline her, and she's trying to lure him out. This thought alone gives him the creeps, but then he sees Anna sweating and wanting to remove her shirt for some air. He also hears a guy named Adaki trying to sneak a peek at Anna's jugs, so he purposely drops his box cutter and stalls him until Anna and her friends leave the room. After that, he heads outside and sees Chihiro carrying Anna on her back. Gyutaro realizes that Anna and Chihiro have been the closest since childhood, but even she doesn't join Anna in the library. Later, he heads to the library where Anna is snacking and realizes she must have caught on to his plan. Just then, Anna notices a hand fan in his possession and asks if she can borrow it. Gyutaro nervously walks up to her and tosses it to her, watching her as she starts fanning herself in her usual nonchalant way. Just then, she notices a sweet smell coming from the fan and brings it closer to her face. She then asks Gyutaro to smell it too, so the guy slowly comes closer, leaning in to smell it too. While blushing, he notices that she's wearing her swimsuit and looks away, assuming she wore it to hide her plot armor. Just then, Anna gets a call from Meko about something, and she quickly hides under the desk. She even asks Gyutaro to join her, but he instead chooses to sit on a chair. Just then, Chihiro barges into the library and asks him if he's seen Anna, but he says that he hasn't. After looking around, Chihiro gives up and joins Gyutaro at the table. Chihiro then reveals that she is allergic to snacks, while Anna is obsessed with them, which is why she snacks alone. Chihiro admires Anna's thoughtfulness, but she's also a little annoyed that Anna stays in shape and even models despite snacking all the time. Hearing this, Anna places her hand on Gyutaro's lap and uses it as leverage to stand up. She then gives Chihiro a piggyback ride, not knowing that she has unintentionally awakened Gyutaro's little soldier.
What do you mean by that?
A few weeks later, the school is preparing for the culture festival, and Kyotaro's class is setting up a haunted house. Amid all this, Anna walks up to Kyotaro and asks him to help draw a graveyard because she's heard he's good at drawing. Blushing hard, Kyotaro joins her and gives pointers on how to improve it, but then he notices the jiggle physics of her chubby cushions and gets mesmerized by it. Suddenly, Anna gives him a jump scare, and he starts begging for mercy, thinking she caught him staring. In reality, she was just pretending to be the girl from the ring. After Hera finishes and leaves, Anna suddenly returns and sees her name on one of the graves. Gyutaro starts to wonder if Hera secretly hates Anna for being slim, but Adachi grabs him by the collar to ask if he wrote it. Gyutaro realizes people will hate Hera if he tells them, so he takes the blame on himself. Just then, Hera returns and tells them it was her, so Adachi finally lets him go. After that, Gyutaro helps Hera paint over the names she wrote, but Anna walks up to him and apologizes for what happened earlier. After she leaves, Hera tells Gyutaro that the graves look incomplete without the names, so Gyutaro takes the brush and writes his own name on them. Afterward, he heads out to mix some paint, but Anna suddenly pops up and wonders if she would look scarier with some fake blood. Gyutaro suggests they use layers of paint to give her a more eerie look, so she casually pushes her hair aside and leans in, asking him to paint on her face. Being up close to her, Gyutaro loses all of his marbles and runs away, leaving her confused. On the day of the festival, Gyutaro stands alone by the balcony, telling himself that he's too cool to participate in lame stuff. Just then, he sees school's popular boy Haruya asking Anna and her friends if they want to hang out with them. Before Chihiro can say no, Mueko foolishly agrees to it, which makes him want to unalive both her and Haruya. However, he recalls how Haruya was the one who helped pull out his bike from the river, so maybe he's not that bad after all. Gyutaro also notices that all three of Anna's friends are shielding her from Haruya. When he gets blocked by some girls, he takes a detour to the next class but ends up in front of Anna's group. Seeing him, she asks if something is interesting in the class, but he stands speechless. Anna then heads inside with him, and they see a large map of the whole city. Anna then points at the area where her house is and asks Gyutaro to do the same. He nervously joins her, and they learn they live not too far from each other. Just then, his hand accidentally touches hers, and this makes him recoil. He then pulls out his phone and asks if he can take a picture of the map, but Anna thinks he wants to take a picture with her and casually clicks a selfie on his phone. The following day in class, Gyutaro is writing a book on yet another cheap isekai. After he draws the female protagonist, he glances at Anna sitting by the window and realizes he basically drew her as the heroine. This messes with his head so much that he ends up going to the nurse's office, and she asks him to just lie down for an hour. Just as he lies down, the nurse pulls away the curtains, and he is shocked to see Anna sleeping on the next bed.
Oh my God! Wow!
He glares at her, noting that her skin is white like a corpse's, but it also appears very soft. Just then, Anna opens her eyes, and he quickly turns to the other side. However, Anna is relieved to see him because she thought some stranger was staring at him. She then asks him what's wrong with him, and he says that it's a simple headache. She tells him she came here because her stomach hurts, but Gyutaro knows it's due to all the potato chips she's been chugging. Just then, Anna pulls out a bunch of candies from her pocket, among which is a tablet for headaches. She hands it over to Gyutaro, and he heads to the sink, where he finds a wet cup. He realizes Anna must have drunk from the same cup, so as he brings it closer to his mouth, he imagines Anna's lips, which which makes him hesitate. Just then, Anna gets up and leaves the infirmary, so he decides to chug the tablet and get back in bed. That's when he notices that Anna forgot her jersey, and while his gooning hand tries to feel it, the rest of his body resists the temptation. Just then, the nurse returns and sees that Anna left her jersey, so she throws it on Kyotaro and asks him to return it to her. The guy starts stiffing it like a creep and realizes it smells bad due to her sweat, but this surprises him because he thought girls didn't poop and their sweat smelled like flowers. Later, he carries the jersey in the hall and spots Anna frantically looking for it. When he tries to give it to her, she runs past him, revealing that she's actually looking for her candies. The next day, while Kyotaro is writing more about his isekai story, he hears Adachi asking his friends if they stroke their magnums, which pisses him off. Just then, Adachi walks up to Anna to ask if she is a gooner, but the girls give a frightening look, so he changes the subject and returns to his friends. He then writes something on a page and asks Kyotaro if he can hand it over to Anna, but Kyotaro starts twitching, thinking he wrote something dirty in it. In the end, Kyotaro swaps the page with the one on which he drew the female protagonist of his book, and seeing it makes Anna blush. Later, he hears Adachi talk about a personality test that shows someone's favorite clapping position, which pisses him off. Adachi then walks up to Anna and her friends and asks them to take the test, and Kyotaro starts to wonder how Anna would react to this lame joke. Adachi then asks the girls to touch his fist one by one, and he would know their favorite position with the way they touch it. Wake jokes that he probably just wants to touch their hands, but when Adachi says no, she asks him what this test is about. To dodge the question, he asks his friends to join him, and Kazaki touches it from the bottom, showing that he likes it from the back. After that, the girls realize what the test is about and send them off. Later in the library, Kyotaro is wondering if the personality test is real or not when Anna arrives and starts counting her potato chips, which she left on the table. Suspecting one's missing, she sees Kyotaro nearby and forces open his hand to see if he's hiding one. However, Kyotaro starts sweating because the way she touched his hand shows that she's a dummy mommy who wants to pin him down.
Okay.
And this leaves him terrified. The next day, the class is split into teams of 5 for basketball, and Kyotaro decides to use this chance to take her down. However, then he sees how cute and busty she looks in her sports uniform and changes his mind. Not understanding his emotions, he decides to sit out of the game. He then notices Anna glaring at him with a blush, right before she gets hit in the face with the ball. Despite acting fine, she starts bleeding from her nose and is taken to the infirmary. Kyotaro runs after her to see if she's okay, but when he sees the coach there, he hides under the desk and asks himself what he's doing. Just then, he recalls Anna mentioning that she had a photo shoot tomorrow, and since she can't make it because of the injury, Kyotaro starts crying because he blames himself for it. Just then, he sees that she's still holding on to the drawing he gave her, and his mind starts flashing images of her smile, making him realize he's in love with her. The next day, Anna comes to school like normal, but when she meets her friends, she starts crying and says she was worried about breaking her nose, which would have ended her modeling career. She then sits in Chihiro's lap and bawls her eyes out, making Kyotaro realize she's still a baby at heart. Later, he finds her crying alone on the stairs and sees that she's run out of tissue. He sprints to the library and leaves a new pack of tissues on her usual spot, but then he realizes it might look desperate. By the time Anna arrives, she finds multiple packs of tissues on all the tables and starts eating her chips like normal. Seeing her not crying and acting like her usual self, Kyotaro feels happy that he was able to make her smile. The following day, Kyotaro is wondering if he's really in love with Anna, but he tells himself that he won't let his life be ruined by a thick baddie. Just then, he notices Anna sneaking a pack of milk into her bag, and he starts wondering if she is planning to feed some stray dogs. In reality, she wanted to have cereal with that milk during her snack time at the library. As Kyotaro spies on her, he notices that she's an idiot who forgot to bring a bowl, and when she tries to pour it directly into the box, he steps out of hiding to stop her. When she says she doesn't have a bowl, Kyotaro tells her there will be some in the home ec room, so she asks him to get it for her. Frustrated, Kyotaro sprints outside, but she runs after him and tells him she was merely joking. She then decides to go with him to the home ec room, and on the way, she tells him that she likes to make snacks now because she's into cooking. However, Kyotaro believes she's a freak because making snacks does not count as cooking. Upon getting to the home ec room, they find the door locked, so he takes her to the science lab. He pours the snacks and milk into a beaker with precise measurements, and Anna starts giggling because she finds his nerdiness cute. After that, he gives her the perfect mix of snacks and milk, but since they don't have a spoon, Anna grabs his hand and makes him taste it with his finger. She then chugs the rest of it down directly from the beaker, only to get startled by the lab professor, who asks them if they're smashing. Kyotaro tells the man that they were looking for something, but the professor spots the snack spilled all over Anna and mistakes it for Kyotaro's sausage juice. As a punishment, both of them are given cleaning duty, but Anna gets startled by her friend Rin and accidentally drops the cleaning towel out of the window. She immediately drags Chihiro downstairs to grab it, and her other friend, Serena, asks Rin to apologize to Anna when she comes back. back, or she might think she did it on purpose. This starts an argument between the two, and Rin runs off in anger, which leaves Kyotaro confused. He realizes that others might have a different opinion of Anna, but he knows she doesn't care much about such things. Later in the library, he finds Anna in her usual spot, and Rin hesitates to approach her. He decides to leave to give them some privacy, but Anna suddenly shows him a picture of her face photoshopped with a ghost and starts laughing, which reminds him that she is a complete dork. He then decides to leave, but Anna suddenly asks him if he wants to take a selfie with her. Kyotaro gets flustered and tells her he's not into taking pictures, right before sprinting out of the room. Outside, he runs into Serena, who tells him to stay quiet as she observes Rin from the outside. Anna then starts a conversation with Rin about the face-swapping app, and Rin nervously walks up to her to talk. As they sit together, Anna takes a picture with her and starts giggling, but Rin feels bad about earlier and apologizes to her. When Anna asks why, she tells her she was the one who hit her with the baseball and almost broke her nose, but Anna tells her it's totally fine and offers her some candies. However, she ends up spilling them on the floor, and Serena suddenly enters the room to help them clean up. After Anna leaves, Rin and Serena make up while Kyotaro watches them like a third wheel. As he walks home, he runs into Anna running out of a store, and she asks him for a ride, which makes him nervous. On the way, Anna tells him that she's gonna quit the basketball club because she's not good at it. But Kyotaro can't bring himself to say anything back because he's a true virgin like you guys. After he drops her off, she gives him one of her snacks, which surprises him because Joey doesn't share food. The following day, the teacher says he found a snack wrapper in the library trash, which is problematic, since Anna is playing with the eraser like a moron. The teacher asks her if it was her, but she casually says she keeps all the wrappers in her bag, unintentionally revealing that she snacks in the library. The following day, as Kyotaro is forced into McDonald's by his sister Kana, Anna and her friends show up as well. As they get seated, they ask Anna if she gets hit on a lot, and Kyotaro gets intrigued by their talk. Just then, Kana notices that he's not eating and starts calling her a wuss, and Anna takes note of this right before he walks off to order something else. Soon after, she meets up at the counter and asks if that cutie is his sister, and after he confirms it, she says she's jealous because she is an only child. When he asks why she came downstairs, she says she wanted to use the restroom. But Kyotaro reminds her that the restrooms are all upstairs. Hearing this, Anna pretends to be a goof and heads up again, and that's when Kyotaro realizes she came down just to talk to him. However, he tells himself that he's just overthinking, and as he heads upstairs with his order, he passes by her again and notes that she smells really nice. The next day in school, Anna has to visit the teacher's office to receive punishment for snacking in the library. She finds Kyotaro waiting by the office door, so she drags him along because she's nervous. Once they head inside, Kyotaro starts yapping in Anna's favor and makes the teacher believe she did nothing wrong. And the man not only lets Anna go but also praises Kyotaro because this is the most he's talked all year in school. As they step outside, Anna thanks him and asks him to choose between a candy and a rock, and he picks the rock, knowing how much she loves her candies. She then takes off like usual, but she turns midway to tell him that they should talk more like friends, leaving Kyotaro baffled. The next day, the class learns that they will be split into groups and visit different companies to write a report about them. Kyotaro is interested in the companies dealing with crime scenes, medical coroners, or drug cartels because they show the darkest aspects of their world. When the teacher asks the students to form groups of 6, Kyotaro hears Anna telling her friends that she wants to visit the Nagasaki hut. Just then, Adachi asks Kyotaro to join their group, and he agrees to do it to get credits for the assignment. Adachi then notices that Anna is short of 2 members in her group, and Kazaki points out that Hera's group also needs 2 members. Since there are now 4, they decide to split and join each group. As Adachi approaches Anna and her group to ask if he and Oda can join, Moeko says she would rather have Kyotaro and Kazaki on her squad. As Kyotaro smiles internally, Moeko suggests they hold a draft to see which boys they want in their group. Adachi gets frustrated with her because she's acting like a boss, but she gives him a cold stare, which makes him back off instantly. With that, Moeko turns to her friends to ask what they think, and Anna whispers something to her, which concludes their vote. Moeko then reveals that their first pick is Kazaki with 3 votes, but Anna instantly objects because she knows he wants to be in Hera's group. She then asks Kazaki if he wants to join them, but Kazaki hesitates because he doesn't want to sound rude. Seeing this, Kyotaro steps in and tells Kazaki that he is better off joining Hera's group because he's smart and he should be with people of his intellect. Anna's friends get pissed because Kyotaro indirectly called these stupid thoughts, but Adachi breaks the tension by saying a dummy like him is better off joining Anna's squad. Kyotaro also blurts out that he barely gets passing marks, so Oda and Kazaki join Haru's squad, which leaves Adachi and Kyotaro to join Anna's group. However, Anna walks up to Kyotaro and whispers to him that she knows he lied about his grades fades, much to his shock. Later, Kyotaro is in the library when Anna suddenly walks in and offers her potato chips to Hara, but she refuses because she's on a diet. However, Anna reminds her that Kazaki likes curvy girls, but Hara says that works only for those chicks who are pretty to begin with. She also tells Anna that she went out with Kazaki, and this makes Anna curious because she's never gossiped about boys with her friends. Hara asks her if she has any stories to tell, but Anna says she's got none because she never dated anyone. Anna asks her if she has anything she wants to do once she has a boyfriend, and Hera gets nervous thinking she's talking about clapping. In reality, she's talking about cute stuff like sharing earpods or holding hands, and this somehow becomes a bonding moment for them. As they take a picture together, they see Kyotaro lurking in the background and decide to confront him, but Hera says it's fine because he's a chill guy. Hera then asks them if they often hang out here, but Kyotaro quickly tells her that he comes here alone, while Anna is always here. But Hera starts to think they're smashing. After school, Kyotaro keeps thinking about how Anna has never been in a relationship, and as he steps outside, he sees that it's raining hard, and while he has a raincoat, Anna has neither of them. She asks Kyotaro to give her his raincoat so she can run to the nearest store and buy an umbrella, and Kyotaro follows every order like a true simp. After she leaves with his raincoat, Kyotaro realizes she has left her bag behind, which also has her wallet. He grabs it and runs after her, and since he's getting wet, Anna shelters her from the rain using her arms. She then asks him to put her wallet in her pocket, and Kyotaro searches her bag to find an umbrella. She immediately tells her it's broken, so he looks again and retrieves the wallet. She then asks him to slide it into her inner coat's pocket so it doesn't get soaked, and this makes Kyotaro blush. Seeing his face makes her red too, so as soon as he finishes, she runs off in the opposite direction. Afterward, Kyotaro opens up her supposedly broken umbrella and realizes it's perfectly fine, making him wonder if she lied so they could share. When she returns, Kyotaro sees a bag of snacks in her hand and realizes she just wanted an excuse to go to the store. She then hands him one of her mint chocolate ice creams, asking him to guess if she loves it or hates it. Kyotaro says he doesn't know and takes the ice cream, but as he begins walking, she tells him she's in love. Kyotaro freezes in spot, thinking it's a confession, but quickly realizes she's talking about mint chocolate. The next day, Anna and her group head to a publishing factory for their report, but Kyotaro hangs around with Adachi because he's not comfortable around the girls. Once they head inside, Adachi tries his best to raise up Anna, but Anna gives him a cold stare. However, Mueko and the others get interested in Adachi and decide to explore the store with him, leaving Anna with Kyotaro and Chihiro. Kyotaro sees them looking at his favorite manga from a distance, and when Anna notices this, she grabs his hand and takes him to the counter. There, Kyotaro gets excited and thanks Anna, which makes her blush. Later, they take the elevator down, but it gets too cramped, causing Anna to get pushed against Kyotaro. To prevent his little Johnny from waking up, Kyotaro closes his eyes, but things get worse because he can smell her perfume and hear her breath. When the elevator stops, he finally opens his eyes and sees Anna looking into his eyes, which makes both of them freeze. When he asks if she's okay, Anna suddenly pulls back and leaves the elevator, causing him to get stuck in the door. Later, as they walk back, Anna asks him if he reads a lot of manga, and this starts his yapping session, which she listens to with a smile on her face. She then tells him she's only ever read a rom-com manga and asks if he wants to borrow it, but Chihiro, who is also with them, claims that Kyotaro is not interested in lovey-dovey things. Thinking they're both making fun of him, Kyotaro heads to the bathroom to vent out, and when he comes out, he finds Anna waiting for him. He then realizes that everyone else left without them, and as they sprint to the train, they miss it by mere seconds, leaving them alone and far away from home. Anna becomes sad and apologizes for not asking the others to wait, but Kyotaro tells her it's fine, and they can wait for the next train. In reality, he's feeling like he lucked out because now he can spend alone time with Anna. However, when he sees her crying from guilt, he starts to panic because he looks like a jerk who made a pretty girl cry. To make up for it, he gets her a drink from the vending machine, but Anna keeps staring at the drink silently. Thinking it won't cheer her up, he decides to take the blame, claiming he should have told everyone about his bathroom visit. Hearing this, Anna starts imagining her announcing it to everyone like an idiot, and he looks so goofy that it makes her laugh. Soon after, the next train arrives, and after they get on board, Kyotaro starts to wonder if anyone recognizes Anna because she's a model. As the train takes its next stop, Kyotaro decides to move, but Anna quickly pulls him towards her so they don't get split. She then mentions that Haru's group would get to visit the Nagasaki hut and begins wondering if Kazaki will manage to score Haru. As she excitedly grabs onto his bag, she explains that it's a bit awkward to openly announce a relationship with one's classmate, and she likes to do things in secrecy. She asks him what he thinks about it, and it makes Kyotaro's heart beat faster. After they get off the train, they find the others waiting for them, and Chihiro breaks down crying because she left her best friend behind. However, Anna gently hugs her and tells her it's fine. The following day, Kyotaro rants in front of his sister about how disorganized his work group was yesterday, but she thinks he's having a lot of fun at school because he usually never talks about it. On this way to school, Kyotaro reflects on Kana's words and wonders if he's having fun because he's starting to develop feelings for Anna. However, he quickly shakes it off because he thinks Anna would make fun of his small pee-pee. As he reaches school, he finds Anna standing outside as if she's waiting for someone. He decides not to bother her, but she quickly stops him and says good morning. She then follows him to the bike stands and gives him the entire collection of the love manga they talked about yesterday. Shocked at this, Kyotaro asks why she didn't wait till lunch break, and she says it's because she has to leave early today. She then gets super excited and ends up spoiling a lot of the manga, so Kyotaro decides to skedaddle before she ruins the whole thing. When she starts following him, he reminds her to return to the front gate because she was waiting for someone, and Anna decides to leave, not telling him that she was waiting for him. Later, Kyotaro is in the library when Anna suddenly barges in to check up on him. She finds him sitting in her chair, but the last time she asked him, he told her it was much easier to read while standing up. She then asks him to show what he is reading, but Kyotaro pulls the book back because what he's reading is more messed up than Berserk's manga. Amid their struggle, Anna gets pushed into him, and he finds his face buried in her bouncy bubbles. This makes both of them embarrassed. So, when Anna decides to leave, he instinctively stops her and asks if she will be here tomorrow. Anna smiles and tells him that she will be, and this makes him conclude that he really does enjoy school. That night, he decides to read the manga Anna gave him, but he starts wondering in which pose she would read. Just then, some cookie crumbs fall out of the book, and he can finally imagine her reading. The following day in school, Anna suddenly walks up to him and asks if he's read it yet, but he says no because he couldn't focus last night. She tells him to hurry up before she spoils it all, not knowing that Adachi is watching them. Later, Adachi asks Kyotaro why he was talking to Anna so casually, and Kyotaro brushes it off by saying they are classmates. Adachi says they seem too close, and then asks him if he thinks Anna has a crush on someone. He then realizes he sounds desperate, and quickly says that he doesn't care, so Kyotaro decides not to entertain his question. When Adachi asks him not to tell anyone about this, Kyotaro responds that it's crazy to go after Anna, but he says he can't control who he likes. Kyotaro asks when he started liking Anna, and Adachi says it started the day he couldn't goon to her. He believes a man can't bust one to the girl he likes, and Kyotaro starts wondering if that's actually true or BS. Kyotaro makes the mistake of asking what he likes about Anna, so Adachi goes on to explain every inch of her body. This pisses Kyotaro off, so he decides to leave, but he doesn't understand why it bothers him so much when others ogle Anna. Later, he heads to the library to find Anna staring in sorrow at a notice that says it's prohibited to eat in the library. She starts to wonder why they put a sign because eating in the library was forbidden from the start, and Kyotaro thinks it was put specifically for her. When he starts naming every suspect who could have stitched on her, she tells him he ain't no Sherlock, and they should ask the librarian instead. On the way, he wonders if this happened because a wrapper was found in the library bin, but she swears she did not do it. Later, she asks a teacher about it and learns that a small candy wrapper was found in the library, which was definitely from her. Later, she shares a table with Kyotaro at the library, and he realizes this is her last day here because she can't snack now. However, Anna starts snacking and declares that a mere sign won't stop her. Just then, he sees the library teacher passing by, so he quickly hides the snack with his book and holds her hand shut to hide the one she's holding. After the teacher leaves, the chocolate melts on Anna's hands, so she asks him to leave so she can lick it. Before leaving, Kyotaro tells her to lay off for a while, and to his surprise, he finds her doing her homework the next day. She then reveals she laid off 1/3 of her snacks, but the amount was never the problem. As he gets seated, he asks who could have thrown the snack wrapper in here, and Anna says it must be him. She recalls giving him an empty wrapper to discard, but Kyotaro actually took it home with him. Confused, she asks him why he did so, and Kyotaro sits there, flooded with embarrassment. That night, Kyotaro looks up Anna online to find some goon material, but he's shocked to learn that she comes on television every Tuesday. He immediately rushes to the living room to watch her show, but when he realizes he's already too late, he returns to his room all sad. The following day, during sports class, he watches Anna stretch and tells himself that he only has a crush on her, which will pass soon. Later, the whole class participates in a marathon, and when Kyotaro notices that Anna is catching up to him, his fragile male ego prompts him to run faster. However, Anna speeds up again and closes the distance before grabbing his shirt and asking him to wait. Ignoring her pleas, Kyotaro keeps running even faster, so she takes off her jersey and starts running beside him.
Nice.
At first, he gets mesmerized by her jiggle physics, but then notices that she's wearing her shirt backwards. When he points it out, she quickly throws her jersey in his hands and untucks her arms, allowing her to flip the shirt while running. This flusters Kyotaro so much that he slows down and lets her pass. But she stops for him and looks back, noting that this is the first time she's seen his right eye because it's always covered by his hair. After finishing the marathon, they both catch their breath at the finish line when Anna suddenly extends her arm forward so he can pull her up. Kyotaro hesitantly complies, and after she leaves, he keeps staring at his left hand, knowing he's gonna goon with it tonight. Later in class, Kyotaro notices that he's accidentally swapped jackets with Anna. He then looks over and hears Miyoko say that if she had a lover boy, she would swap jackets with him. Kyotaro gets worried because if Anna gets caught wearing his jacket, her friends will think poorly of her. As the class starts, Anna puts the jacket on, but even when he's feeling cold, he refuses to put on Anna's jacket for himself. Just then, the teacher asks Adachi to solve an equation on the board, but Kyotaro knows this mofo will spot the wrong nampig on Anna's jacket, so he volunteers to solve it himself. As he gets to the front, he keeps signaling Anna to look at her jacket, but his plan fails when Adachi calls him out for wasting their time. After class, Anna notices that the jackets are swapped and asks Kyotaro to come to the nurse's office with him. Once there, they swap again, but she secretly sniffs his jacket before giving it back. As Kyotaro starts to wonder when she noticed, Anna looks at him and hints that she swapped it on purpose. She then drags him on the scale so she can measure his weight and height, but being so close to his bouncy castle makes him weak in the knees. As he gets off, Anna asks him to measure her height too, and he uses a stool because she's too tall for him. She then forces him to let her measure his height properly, but when he pulls back, she accidentally steps on the weight scale, which makes her self-conscious. When she quickly hides the reading, Kyotaro tells her it doesn't matter how much she weighs, but she gets annoyed thinking he's calling her fat. The following day, he walks into class and overhears Adachi telling the boys that Anna is gonna be in a movie. He then hears Maeko and Chihiro mention that the male lead and the director are some big shots, and while this is a big break for her, Anna does not look happy. Kyotaro assumes she's feeling bad for leaving people behind. But just then, the teacher walks in and reveals they will be changing seats today. As Kyotaro draws from the lots, he prays to the plot gods to let him sit next to Anna, but she ends up sitting in the very next row, right beside Adachi. Just then, Hera joins desks with Kyotaro, and he feels a bit relieved. However, during the lecture, Kyotaro is unable to see the board because Anna's big head is blocking everything. He then notices that she has long eyelashes, but just then, Anna looks back and passes him a smile, which makes him nervous. Soon after, Adachi claims that he forgot his book at home. So when Anna offers to share hers, Kyotaro realizes this is a tactic and pulls Adachi's book from his desk. After that, he tries to see the board again and leans over towards Hera before quickly backing off. Hera understands his problem and joins desks with him so he can copy from her notes, which makes him feel better. However, Anna looks back at him with jealousy, which confuses him. After class, Anna starts mumbling that he must love sitting next to Hera because she's kind and cute. Annoyed at this, Kyotaro tells Anna that all he saw in class was her, but she gets so happy thinking he's confessing to her. Seeing her reaction, Kyotaro realizes she's misunderstood his words, which leaves them both embarrassed. Later in the library, Kyotaro finally tells her what he meant, but the issue is now resolved because of the new seating arrangement, then asks her about the movie, and she gets so excited as she tells him about her part. Kyotaro is confused because she wasn't so excited before, and it makes him realize it's because no one asked her what her part was. She then tells him that she needs to practice her anger acting on him to get better, and while they're at it, some bystanders assume he has a humiliation kink. He suggests they take this somewhere private, but Anna takes him to a crammed-up storeroom.
Yeah, boy.
Kyotaro gets nervous being this close to her, so he diverts attention by asking her more about the movie. She tells him they'll start filming 2 years from now, and Kyotaro realizes he and Anna will have graduated by then. As he wonders if he and Anna will still be together by then, Anna asks him if he'll go see her movie. He hesitantly tells her that he will, and this makes her really happy. She suddenly gets up and suggests they leave, but when she reminds him about her anger practice, she says she's too happy to be angry. A few days later, Kyotaro finally catches Anna's show Live, but he gets frustrated when he sees that Anna is not getting enough screen time. The only time she's brought on screen is to show her reaction to others' jokes, and this somehow makes him feel relieved. The following day, he hears her excitedly telling her friends about the show, and he realizes she's a long way from becoming a successful actress. The next day in school, Anna learns that Chihiro is out with a cold, so she decides to sit in Maiko's lap instead. Since Anna is too heavy for her, Maiko squeezes her cushions to force her off, but this makes Kyotaro's little soldier rise. Meanwhile, Anna gives her a lecture on no-no zones on her body and even draws a picture of a cat on her notebook to show her. However, Serena draws a humanoid version on the blackboard and asks Anna to mark the areas she's not okay with. Anna ends up marking almost all of her body, and after they leave, Kyotaro decides to inspect the blackboard for plot purposes. A few days later, Kyotaro helps Chihiro solve math problems, and Anna gets a little jealous because she never got Kyotaro to tutor her. Chihiro believes Anna is upset because she's worried she will do better in tests than she. She also reminds Anna that the parent-teacher meeting is coming and she should score well or get scolded by her parents. She then tells Kyotaro that he's really good at teaching, and this makes Anna even more annoyed. She adds that Anna told her Kyotaro is in the data processing club because she's been talking about him a lot lately, but Anna claims that she talks about a lot of people. Chihiro then asks Kyotaro if he's okay dealing with a weirdo like Anna, recalling how one day she got some ice cream on her face and used the whole cone to wipe it off. This makes Kyotaro giggle, and Chihiro gets super excited to see him smile. However, Anna pulls her back and tells her Kyotaro smiles often, like the time he saw his favorite manga. Chihiro argues that he's usually very awkward around girls, but Anna once again pulls her back, stating that he's pretty normal around her. On the day of the parent-teacher meeting, Anna sits next to a gorgeous lady who appears to be her mom. The other woman besides her is Kyotaro's own mother, so he hides in a corner because he doesn't want to be seen. His mom tells Anna to try to befriend him, and Anna shyly tells her that she and Kyotaro talk very often. This makes Anna and Kyotaro's mom bond, and they even swap candies to solidify their friendship. Later, after the meeting, Kyotaro's mom praises him because his teachers are happy about his class participation. However, Kyotaro keeps walking at a distance from her because he is embarrassed to be seen with his mom at school. Unbeknownst to them, Anna is secretly trailing them, and she overhears Kyotaro's mom telling him that she met a gorgeous girl who exchanged candies with her. She adds that she forgot to ask her name, and when Kyotaro tells her it's Anna, she makes a noise. Kyotaro and his mom look back to see her standing behind them, and Anna is so embarrassed that she leaves without saying a word. The following day in the library, Anna tells Kyotaro that his mom is adorable and gets up close to him to ask what he calls her. When she leans even closer, Kyotaro suddenly stands up and pretends to pull out a book from the shelf. Anna also decides to do her homework, and since Chihiro is not here today, she shyly asks him if he'll teach her instead. As he sits down, she cracks a dumb joke, which makes him laugh. Just then, the librarian passes by and Kyotaro gets anxious because there's a candy on their desk and snacks are prohibited in the library. Remembering that it's safe to touch her shoulder, he taps and whispers in her ear to hide the candy, which makes her go red and jump out of her chair. Kyotaro suddenly takes the candy and puts it in his pocket, but he isn't sure why Anna is acting this way. Later, Anna returns to the class and adds ears to her no-no zone. The following day, it starts to rain heavily, and Anna offers to share her umbrella with Kyotaro. However, Anna sees him blush and places her hand on his cheek, much to his shock. After that, she takes the back seat on his bike and holds the umbrella to cover both of them. But Kyotaro suggests they go separately because it's dangerous to ride together in the rain. Later, he reaches home to find that she left her belongings in his cycle basket, so he rushes to the station to return them. When she sees him, she runs to wipe his head with a towel and says he should wait until tomorrow, but he tells her it's fine. He then heads home and starts stalking her on Instagram, but before he knows, he falls asleep. The next day, he wakes up from a nightmare about Kyotaro and realizes he's got a fever. As he spends the day alone at home, his bell rings in the evening, and it's Anna at the door. He rushes outside, only for Anna to reveal that she came to give him some strawberry Bavarian, which he missed in school. Kyotaro says she didn't have to because it's a long walk, but she says it's fun walking on a new road. With that, she leaves him be. But Kyotaro ends up inviting him in for some coffee. On the surface, he seems calm, but he's freaking out on the inside because he's home alone and has a QV over. As he heads upstairs to change clothes, he suddenly feels dizzy and passes out. A few minutes later, Anna gets worried and heads upstairs, only to find him passed out on the floor. She carries him to bed and helps him dress up, but he's so dizzy that he unintentionally buries his face into her jugs. Instead of freaking out, Anna casually pulls him in for a hug and then tucks him into bed. Later, he wakes up with his sister by his side, who hands her a note from Anna wishing him a speedy recovery. The next day, his mom tells him she ran into Anna, and she was acting weird after learning that Kyotaro was sick. As he heads to school, Anna suddenly appears and walks with him, asking if he's okay. Kyotaro tells him his memory from yesterday is hazy, and it all feels like a dream. But before they can talk further, Chihiro shows up and notices that Anna has also caught a cold. She scolds him for having 2 cups of strawberry Bavarian yesterday, and Anna gets embarrassed because she doesn't want Kyotaro to hear it. The next day, Anna asks Kyotaro if he uses a social app called Line, and Kyotaro assumes she's making fun of him because everyone in Japan uses it. When he says he does, she suddenly starts blushing and then shows him a cool sticker in one of her chats. She even says she can send it to him if he wants because she wants to add him online, but Kyotaro fails to take a hint and says he's not interested. Anna then points out that their class doesn't have a group chat like the other classes, She adds that clubs also have chats and asks him if his club has one too. When Kyotaro says he doesn't know, she insists that they ask the club, but Kyotaro hesitates because he thinks no one would want to invite him in a group. Hearing his response, Anna finally gives up and buries her face in the desk. Later in class, Maiko wishes to be piped by Santa on Christmas, but since the old fatso will be busy, she settles for exchanging line contacts with the guys in her class. Hearing this, Anna heads to Kyotaro to get his contact, but Maiko tells her she's too hot to talk to losers like him. Maiko then beats her to it and casually asks Kyotaro for his contact. Seeing this makes Anna upset, so much so that she gives Kyotaro a death stare. Maiko then drags her to a guy of her level, a guy named Ishimuro, who is the ace of the track team and one of the brightest in class. When Anna reveals that Ishimuro lives in her building, Maiko mischievously asks her if they ever cranked it. Anna tells them that their parents are friends, which is why she often ends up chatting with Ishimuro, but she says this loudly so Kyotaro gets jealous. After that, Miyako pushes her in front of Ishimuro, and Anna hesitantly asks him if he uses line. Kyotaro remembers she asked him the same question and begins to wonder if she wanted to exchange contacts with him. However, now the time has passed, and Kyotaro is regretting being an idiot. That night, Kyotaro reads the manga she gave him, and the main character in it is a wannabe Sasuke Uchiha. He assumes Anna likes cold guys like him and wonders if he should flip his personality to rizz her up. The next day, he arrives in class to see Chihiro shielding Anna from Haruya, who wants to smash. He then invites both of them over to play video games, and Chihiro suddenly folds. Later, Anna tells her she won't go, so Chihiro decides to go with another friend, not knowing that she was only invited as a third wheel. After class, Kyotaro watches from a distance as Anna silently cries in the library. When she sees him, as he gets seated, she asks him if he plays video games, and he says yes. She tells him her dad is a hardcore gamer, so they have all the consoles at home. Just then, two girls walk in and apologize to Anna, saying Haruya can be too much sometimes. They also imply that Anna must already have a boyfriend, but when she says he doesn't, the girls start to imply that she's hiding her relationship status because she's a showgirl. Hearing this, Anna gets up and turns to Kyotaro, loudly telling him that she really doesn't have a boyfriend. The girls realize she has feelings for Kyotaro and get so creeped out that they leave her alone. Afterwards, Kyotaro tells Anna that she shouldn't hang out with him around people, but just then the girl from earlier drags Haruya inside. Seeing this, Anna quickly leans closer to Kyotaro to give the impression that she's kissing him, and this makes Haruya walk off. After he leaves, Anna starts blushing hard and runs off, leaving Kyotaro to wonder if she lost her mind. As he returns to class, he sees Maiko and Serena telling Chichiro that she is being used as bait by Haruya, and she finally realizes why Anna didn't want to go. Soon after, she approaches Anna to apologize to her, but Anna keeps ignoring her. That is, until she calls him a dumb giant. She then tells Anna that she's not going to Haruya's place anymore, and this rekindles their bond instantly. Kyotaro sees the whole scene and wonders if people now see him and Anna as a couple. That night, he recalls all the close calls he had with Anna, and has an epiphany that she might be using him to shake off other guys. A few days after this, Kyotaro switches the rom-com manga with the gory book that he used to read before, and even stops going to the library. He even starts ignoring Anna, but she starts following him and pins him to the wall, nervously asking if he's upset with her because she's always too close to him. Kyotaro tells her that's not the case and begins walking off, but then he hears Anna crying, which makes him freeze. He suddenly realizes Anna is not the type to use people, and his mind just wanted a reason to hate her. He returns and tells her he's really not mad at her, and Anna suddenly pulls him into a hug. She then apologizes because she thinks she doesn't like being hugged, but Kyotaro says that's not the case, prompting her to hug him again. After that, they walk home together while Anna keeps yapping about random stuff. When it's time for them to split, she asks Kyotaro to stay for a bit so they can talk more. As they keep yapping, Kyotaro suddenly pulls out the manga that she lent him, and when she asks what he thinks, he tells him about the part he likes the most. She then tells him that she will bring the next volume on Monday and tries to ride off on her bike, only to get busted. On Monday, she forgets to bring the manga and says she will bring it tomorrow, but Kyotaro realizes this is their last day before winter break. Anna suggests meeting outside of school so she can give him the next volume and insists that he read it because it's peak. Just then, her friends ask her to walk home with her, but she tells them to leave without her and finally summons the courage to ask Kyotaro about this line contact. After they exchange contacts, Kyotaro sends her a text, and having him in her friends list makes her blush. That night, Anna is in bed scrolling through their chat. She then asks Kyotaro if they can meet tomorrow, and after he says yes, she texts him goodnight. The following day, Kyotaro waits for her in Shibuya and wonders why she didn't pick a location in their own city. Not only this, but this idiot came way ahead of time because he was too excited to see her. Just then, he spots Anna standing in the distance and realizes she came early as well. As he walks in circles around her, she finally spots him and says she came here early because she wanted to make sure she found the correct spot. When Kyotaro asks about the manga, she starts talking about a place she's been meaning to visit and asks him to join. As they are walking, Kyotaro realizes Anna has no idea it's Christmas Eve and decides to walk behind her so people don't think they're a couple. Just then, he sees his reflection in a window and realizes he looks like a stalker, so he finally takes off his stupid mask. Anna gets excited to see his face, and that makes him carry one end of her shopping bag so they don't get split. Soon after, they arrive at a place that sells pancakes, and Kyotaro begins to hesitate because it's starting to feel like a date. As they wait in line, Anna notes that people don't go to amusement parks on their first date because waiting in line gets awkward and destroys relationships. She then lets it slip that their situation is different, but immediately covers her mouth when she realizes she has just hinted that this is a date. As things get awkward, Kyotaro compliments her hair, and she excitedly tells him her mom did it. Once they get seated, Kyotaro realizes the menu is expensive and decides to order coffee only. After they place their order, Anna sees that Kyotaro is wearing all black and notes that she also has a lot of black clothes. However, he claims that black on her looks way different than black on him. He then starts to regret coming here because he is a dull idiot who's no match for someone as cheerful as Anna. But when he sees Anna drooling over her deluxe pancake, he gets mesmerized by how good she looks. She then hands him her phone and asks him to take a picture of her eating, and he gets a little jealous knowing all her simps will get to see this picture. After she's done eating, he asks if she's really gonna share it with her followers, and she says no. Just then, Kyotaro checks his phone to see that she's sending all those pictures and videos to him, which makes his face light up. When he keeps looking at his phone, she grabs him by the chin and tells him to look at her directly, which makes both of them blush. After that, she drags Kyotaro to a clothing store and asks him to pick between a pink and a red outfit. At first, he tells her to pick whatever, but when she insists, he points to the pink one, saying it's a more relaxed color. Anna excitedly heads to the changing room to try it on, and the thought of changing is enough to make Kyotaro bust one. By the time she steps out, the guy is already walking away with his head down, but she calls him out to come back. She then tries on the red dress, but Kyotaro suddenly sees his sister walk in, and he starts to panic. Anna wants to meet her, but Kyotaro says not now. Seeing his tweak, Anna pulls him into the changing room and asks him what he meant by not now, but he simply tells her it's not a good time and they'll meet later. Just as she turns around, Kyotaro starts freaking because her back is unzipped. Later, as they walk back, Anna apologizes for dragging him along, but Kyotaro notices that she looks sad because he's been acting super reserved today. To put her mind at ease, he tells her that he's not usually a people person, but he had fun with her today. Hearing this, Anna thinks she's Eren Yeager and wraps her red scarf around him, happy that he's slowly opening up to her. As they begin walking again, Kyotaro shifts all his focus to the scarf, but when he looks up, he is mesmerized by a street lit up by Christmas lights. Anna gets super happy to see it, while Kyotaro only sees her beautiful smile. As they reach the station, dozens of people walk out of the train, and the lovebirds get separated amid the rush as they step into the train. Just then, Kyotaro notices that someone is holding his hands, but lets go because he doesn't know who it is. However, he recognizes Anna from her sweaty hand and holds it back, which makes Anna blush. After that, the two walk hand in hand the entire way, unable to say anything or look at each other. Seeing Anna's face, Kyotaro worries she might learn how he truly feels about her. Just then, they reach her house, and when Kyotaro wishes her a happy new year, she tells him there's still 6 days left in the year, hinting that they should meet again. With that, they walk in opposite directions, but when Kyotaro looks back, Anna appears to already be gone. That night, Kyotaro is reading his manga and imagines the protagonist of said manga appearing in his room. The man helps Kyotaro realize that he actually has a shot with Anna, especially after they held hands. He also tells Kyotaro to start working out so he can stop looking like a twink, and Kyotaro starts doing push-ups on his bed. Soon after, Anna sends him a picture of herself in a Santa cosplay, and Kyotaro goons himself to sleep. On New Year's Eve, Kyotaro finds himself at a dinner accompanied by Haruya, his pick-me thoughts, and Miyoko, who's been dying to fiddle with Haruya's joystick. Suddenly, Haruya gets overly friendly with Kyotaro and asks if he's already cracked Anna, making him wonder why he even came here. 4 days before this, Kyotaro visited Akita with his family, and while everything seemed normal, he was forced to share a room with his sister Kana. Just then, he got a text from Anna, and it reminded him of their last encounter when she told him she wished to see snowfall. Since it always snows in Akita, Kyotaro promised to send her pictures. Remembering this, Kyotaro went on a walk so he could click some nice pictures, but Bro stepped on powdered snow without leather boots, causing him to get buried. After a while, his sister came looking for him and followed his footsteps to find him lying on the snow like an idiot. He pretended that he was napping, but when she asked him to get up, he used his arm and heard a cracking sound. Hours later, he was wearing a cast, and when his mom asked why he had gone to the cliff, he told her it was for no reason. Instead of getting upset, his mom got happy because this was the first time he ever done something naughty. Later that night, he was treated to a fancy meal, after which he went to the bathroom and took a mirror selfie. When he sent it to Anna, she immediately video called him. Kyotaro was shocked to find her looking better than the dinner he just had, but the guy looked away because he didn't want his little Johnny to wake up so soon. She then asked him what happened to his arm, and he told her he had taken a short fall. Finally relieved, Anna suddenly realized that her peaches were out and covered herself. Just then, Kana woke up and spotted him talking to a hottie, but Kyotaro quickly ended the call and told Kana that he was talking to his classmate. He totally expected Kana to drill him over it, but Kana simply told him to go to sleep, which left him surprised. Anna then asked him why he ended the call, and he told her about his annoying sister. Anna even asked how he introduced her to Kana, and Kyotaro said he introduced her as friends, which made Anna happy. She then called Kyotaro again, so the guy moved out to the hall to talk to her. There, Anna asked him to find something to drink, and once he did, she asked him to drink at the same time as her. Afterward, he made him look outside, and Kyotaro was shocked to see the snow glittering under the full moon. He immediately took a picture and sent it to Anna, which made her really happy. The following day, Kyotaro was about to leave for Tokyo, so he decided to get a dog keychain as a gift for Anna. On the way, Kana asked him about the girl he was talking to, and he told her it was Anna. Kana remembered that Anna was the same girl who left him a note when he was sick, so he started teasing Kyotaro for bagging a baddie. Once he reached home, he decided to meet Anna so he could return her manga and also give her the keychain. Mere seconds on the way, he ran into Anna looking like a snack and walking her dog. He got shocked because they were supposed to meet somewhere else, but she claimed she didn't want to make him walk all this way with a broken arm. She then introduces him to her dog Wantaro, and as they went to the park together, Kyotaro thought he'd come out as a creep because the dog on the keychain looked exactly like her real dog. Just then, she approached him and asked him to give Wantaro a command. Kyotaro commanded the dog to spin around, but when it didn't listen, Anna started spinning instead. After that, he asked the dog for a paw, but Anna placed her hand in his and sat down with him while holding it. While sitting awkwardly, Kyotaro told him that he brought her scarf in his bag, so Anna leaned over and started searching for it. After she pulled it out, she shyly said that she was gonna let him keep it, but she thought he wouldn't want it. Hearing this, Kyotaro clutched her hand and then pulled out the keychain he got her, which made her really happy. She held and started running around like a dumbass, and seeing her so excited made the guy blush. On the way back, she asked him if he was visiting a temple for New Year's, and he told her he was going with his family. Anna excitedly told him she would message him the place and time before running off with her dog, leaving him confused. A few days later, Kyotaro noticed that he and Anna were texting each other all the time. That same night, he went to the store to get a drink, and that's when he ran into Haruya and his pick-me girls. At present, Haruya asks him about Anna, but Kyotaro says he doesn't know her well. Just then, Haruya sees Anna's text on Kyotaro's phone and realizes he was lying. He then tells his girl to get her coffee, and after she leaves, Mueko leaves with her as well. After that, Haruya asks him for Anna's line info, but Kyotaro refuses to share. Mueko listens to this, so she returns and asks Kyotaro to walk her home because it's scary outside. Haruya offers to walk her instead, but she turns him down, saying he prefers Kyotaro because he's her close friend, which surprises Kyotaro. On the way, Mueko praises him for not letting Haruya bully him, but Kyotaro is worried he got the wrong idea about him and Anna. Hearing this, Mueko grabs his hand to test him, prompting Kyotaro to quickly pull back and admit that he likes Anna. Mueko starts teasing him and then adds that she already knew, making the guy blush. After that, he walks her to her building, and Mueko teases him by inviting him inside. But Kyotaro skedaddles out of there in seconds. He then pulls his phone out and calls Anna to wish her a happy new year, and this catches her off guard. Just then, he hears Miyako's voice in the background and realizes Anna is staying over at Mueko's place. At that moment, he promises that one day he will tell her that he likes her. On the day of the new year, Kyotaro is visiting a temple with his family, and since he also has to meet Anna in an hour, he plans to make an excuse and stay behind to slip away. However, his mother spots Anna standing ahead, and Kyotaro panics because she came early again. As Kyotaro turns out, Kana asks him if Anna has a boyfriend, but he says he doesn't know. However, Kana notices that Anna is dressed well and keeps checking her mirror, which means she's waiting for someone she likes. Seeing Kyotaro shy away, she realizes what's up and asks him to go say hi to Anna, but he hesitates because he knows Kana just wants her own entertainment. Just then, Anna spots them at a distance and runs in to say hi. Kyotaro's mom asks her to tag along with them, and Kyotaro watches awkwardly as his future wife becomes buddy-buddy with his mom. Soon after, she bumps into Kyotaro on purpose and quietly calls him a two-timer, all while Kana is fangirling boiling over her. Eventually, they reach the temple, and since Kyotaro's arm is in a cast, she joins hands with him and gently prays for all their wishes to come true. On their way back, she asks what he prayed for, and he says he wished for things to stay the same. After a bit, Anna goes in the other direction, and Kana admits to Kyotaro that Anna is so pretty that even she had trouble breathing around her. Soon after, their parents decide to visit a local restaurant, but Kana tells them she's not hungry. After that, she drags Kyotaro away, saying she wants to make a better first impression on Anna. However, when they reach the food stalls, they find Anna stuffing his face with snacks. Kana then invites her home, and she eagerly accepts. As they walk home, she asks Anna if she was waiting for someone, but Anna says no. However, Kana heard her say that she bought some snacks for Kyotaro, and the realization hits her so hard she bumps into a pole. Once inside the house, Kyotaro notices that Anna has hooked the keychain to her pants, and this is a problem, but Kana saw him buy it at the store. Not wanting to give himself up, Kyotaro quickly places his hand on Anna's waist to cover the keychain, but Kana freaks out thinking her bro is a diddler. Later, Kana brings soup for Anna and watches her eat like a creep, noting that she's super cute. She then asks Anna what her friends call her at school, and Kyotaro responds that people call her by her name. Hearing this, both girls pressure Kyotaro into saying her name, but he gets nervous and pushes them away. After that, Kana pulls out Kyotaro's yearbook against his will and shows Anna childhood pictures of him. Anna gets super excited upon seeing them and instinctively asks him if he has any pictures of the class camp, but when Kana tells her he never went, Anna notices that Kyotaro looks annoyed. Then suddenly, Kana remembers that she had plans with her friends, so she has leave. As she heads to the door, Kyotaro notices that she left her dog keychain behind. Meanwhile, Kana thanks Anna for being friends with Kyotaro, stating that she's super happy for him. Anna is taken aback by this comment, so she eagerly asks Kana if she can call her big sis, causing Kana's sprinkler to malfunction. After she leaves, Anna returns to the living room and assumes he has a similar keychain. After that, she starts doing the dishes, so Kyotaro heads to his room to hide his yearbook. Anna follows him and snatches it from his hand before casually sitting on his bed and going through it. Just then, Kyotaro remembers that he busted one last night and left the tissues in the bin, but he's relieved to learn that the bins have been cleaned. As he sits on his bed, Anna scoots closer and starts asking him about his friends. She then asks him about the trophies on his desk, and Kyotaro says he won them in several nerdy contests. And with all that, she spots a book titled Crimes That Shook the World, and Kyotaro tells her not to read it because it's disturbing. However, she finds it rather cool and says she's read similar things too. She then drops on his bed and asks him to guess what she's thinking, but Kyotaro says he can't read minds. Just then, Anna spots a Gunnar magazine under the pillow, but when she tries to pull it out, he panics and ends up pinning her down. In that moment, their hearts begin to race, but Anna gently pushes him away and gets up, apologizing for poking through his stuff. Following that, she takes pictures of his yearbook on his phone and runs downstairs. As Kyotaro follows, she tells him that she will show him her yearbook next time and heads off, leaving him wondering if she invited him over to her place. That night, Kyotaro dreams about the time he failed to enroll in the same school as his best friend, which made him feel isolated. In this new school, people try to approach him, but they got weirded out by the books he was reading. When he wakes up, he packs those same books in his bag, but his alternate ego reminds him that he might scare people off again. However, Kyotaro says he won't change what he likes for anyone and heads off to school. Later, at the school entrance, he spots Anna waiting for him, and his mom asks Anna to take care of this idiot because it's his first day of school with the cast. As they walk in, Anna keeps hovering around his bag, and when he asks what she's doing, she says she's looking for his keychain. He pulls it out of his bag to show her, and she ends up hooking it to his shirt's collar. Just then, Kyotaro notices that they're all alone outside, and it somehow reminds him of all the time he's spent with Anna. He tells her that he never wanted to go to school a year ago and even lied his way out of events, but he doesn't dislike it that much nowadays. He hesitantly admits that it's all thanks to her, but Anna tells him that he should thank himself because he made it all happen. He is so moved by this that he drops all his freaky books, but Anna quickly gathers them all and gives them back to him. However, he realizes that this was just an armor to hide his true self, which he doesn't need anymore. Then suddenly, Anna pulls him into a hug, and for the first time ever, he hugs her back. After sharing a sweet moment, they sprint back to class, but when they run into Maiko on the way, they suddenly start acting awkward. Seeing this, Maiko assumes they did something freaky and runs off, leaving Kyotaro embarrassed. However, Anna simply smiles at him and gives him a candy, making him realize that he might actually get laid. That's it for this recap. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and comment "Anna is thick" if you made it till the end. For more recaps, watch the video on screen.